Hello, hello! Welcome to today's live English lesson here on the Speak English with Vanessa YouTube channel. Today, we're going to talk about some difficult words to pronounce, so I'm going to need your help. You're the one who knows which words are difficult for you. So I want you to tell me which words we should practice today. I have some ideas, but I'm counting on your feedback and your ideas. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Vanessa, and we have live English lessons right here on the Speak English with Vanessa YouTube channel every Tuesday at 9 a.m. EST, at 9 a.m. EST. That's the New York time. So if you can join me live, great. I think you can learn a lot, get some feedback, and be involved in our international community. If you can only watch the replay, no problem. I'm glad that there's a replay so that you can watch it. If you would like to continue to learn English with me, if today's lesson is useful for you, I recommend watching some of our other live English lessons. There have been about 200 video lessons on this channel and a lot of live lessons. So I recommend learning with those and reading my free ebook. The link is in the description. 5 steps to becoming a confident speaker. I hope to be as useful and helpful to you today for your pronunciation muscles. Thanks everyone who's here with me live. Good morning from Ecuador. Hello in China, Brazil, Kuwait, Vietnam, Pakistan, Taiwan, Brazil. Thank you so much, everyone. I have a challenge for you today. Because we're going to be talking about pronunciation, you need to participate. It's great if I can pronounce it, but it's even better if you can learn how to accurately pronounce these words. So, if you're somewhere public, or maybe somewhere that you don't feel comfortable speaking out loud, right now, close the door, go somewhere that you feel comfortable speaking out loud. Because as I say these words in a sentence, to give some context, as I say these difficult words, I want you to repeat directly after me. Imitate my mouth, imitate my intonation, and really use it now. If you are on the bus or you can't get to a private place right now, go back and watch the replay after this is finished because your pronunciation muscles need to exercise. And that's what we're going to do today. Exercise your pronunciation muscles. So before I give you some of my examples, I want to give you a chance. If there are some words that are difficult for you to pronounce, or maybe a sound like TH that's difficult for you to pronounce, write it in the comments. In the live chat box, write these words, and I'll try my best to help you learn how to pronounce them and use them correctly. And I'll also give you some examples of words that my students have had difficulties with so that you can really use them correctly. We have our first suggestion from Tra Nguyen. He says, can you help me pronounce TH in the word they? They. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a nice challenge sentence. A nice challenge sentence here. They are going over there with them. Ooh, this is our challenge sentence. First of all, we're going to start with one of the most difficult sounds, I think, for a lot of people. This TH sound. So what I want you to do is I want you to put your hand here on your throat and put your tongue between your teeth. And then we're going to say this word. They. They. Do you feel some vibrations here? It's because these words have some vibration when we say the TH. It's not just air, it's your voice. So let's try to say this sentence using vibrations here plus your tongue a little bit outside your teeth. Let's say it together. They are going over there with them. And of course, we're emphasizing the TH really strongly. And in conversation, you're not going to say, they are going over there. You're not going to talk like that in daily life. So what I recommend is really emphasizing when you practice pronunciation practice. And then in daily conversation, your voice is going to feel more comfortable with those sounds so that you can say it a little quicker and more naturally. So practice by emphasizing, and then when you have a real conversation, you're going to be able to do it more naturally. All right, let's go to the next sound. If this sound is asked again, let's practice. We had some other great words that people recommended. The word experience, exhausted. Oh, those are great words. I'm going to write these down because after this live lesson finishes, the chat box will disappear. And I would like everyone who joins, even for the replay, to be able to see your words and your suggestions. So let's write this together in a sentence. I had an exhausted experience. Just to put it in a sentence so that we can practice it in a sentence structure. I think it's a little more realistic. The common sound here is EX. I had an exhausted. It kind of sounds like something that you eat. An egg. I had an exhausted experience. So this one sounds more like an EX. Exhausted experience. I hope you can repeat this word directly after me. Exhausted experience. Oh, Eileen has a great word here. She asks about this huge word. She says, let's, how can we make this into a sentence? How about my company is hierarchical. Ooh. We have two different C's in this word. My company is higher, like I'm going to climb higher. Higher. Arc. So this sounds like a K. Higher, arc, ick, another K, ul. Hierarchical. And this means there's a CEO, there's another manager and another manager and another manager, and then the employees, and then maybe another manager and some other employees. It's kind of like a pyramid. There's a lot of bureaucracy. So you could say my company is hierarchical. Thanks for saying that with me. Taufik has a great question with the word Overgeneralization. Ooh, lots of big words. It's a good challenge for me too. Let's say it's an overgeneralization. Okay, so let's break it down because these these nice words are pretty long. Over. We know the word over. Over. General. Let's keep that by itself. Zation. And this means if I say all women have long hair. Not all women have long hair. This is an overgeneralization. It's generalizing too much, generalizing everyone. So we could say it's an overgeneralization. Overgeneralization. I hope that helps with this word. Alejandra asks, please help me with the L sound. The L sound. So let's create a sentence using a lot of L sounds. How about we start with Lucy likes lots of lemons. Now this L is all at the beginning of the sentence. We have L at the beginning, at the beginning, at the beginning, at the beginning. So let's practice just this first. And English speakers like to have our tongue out a lot. A lot. With TH, your tongue is really active. And it's the same with the L. So are you ready to practice? Lucy likes lots of lemons. Lucy likes lots of lemons. But can we change one of these words to have an R instead? Because I know a lot of our friends here have difficulties between L and R. So I love your question, Alejandra, because we can use this for a lot of different situations. Let's change this to really. Lucy really likes lots of, and let's change it to something crazy. Let's make a crazy sentence. I've never seen a red lemon before, but hey, why not? Lucy, really, Lucy, so you can't see my tongue at all. It's just I hope that you can say the sentence with me. I'm going to say it slowly, and I want you to repeat and try to imitate my mouth. Lucy really likes lots of red lemons. So when we slow it down and you see that my face and my lips are in a completely different position for the R and the L, Lucy, really. It makes it a little bit easier to imitate it yourself. So my recommendation, if this sound is challenging for you, read a challenge sentence like this several times and try to read it faster and faster. This is going to help you to train your muscles, but also to feel more comfortable with it. Because when you're speaking and having a conversation, you don't think about pronunciation and each word. So the more you feel comfortable with it, the easier it will be to do it without thinking. Thank you for this wonderful question. Mario has another great question. We're going to go back to our TH. He says, Vanessa, with needs an explanation too. So you might have noticed we have another TH here at the beginning. At the beginning of this lesson, we talked about them. And you need to put your hand here to feel the vibrations. Them. But this word is going to be different. This word is similar to, let's start with on Thursday. We have another TH, but this TH is the second kind. This is the kind that your voice is not going to do anything. It's only air. So let's practice with your hand in front of your mouth. Thursday. It's not Thursday. There's no voice that's coming out. It's only air. So this is the main difference. On Thursday, I hope you can put your hand here and feel some air. On Thursday, they are going to the theater. Theater. This is our second aired TH. A lot of air is coming out. Let's practice this challenge sentence, and then I'm going to move on to some of your other recommendations. On Thursday, I'm going to put a piece of paper in front of my mouth so that you can see. Thursday, Thursday, Thursday. This is really strong because we're practicing pronunciation. So maybe in daily conversation, the air will be a little bit less. Thursday, Thursday. But we're practicing now, so I want you to do the same thing. If you have a piece of paper or if you just want to use your hand, on Thursday, they are going to the theater with them. So we have two different kinds of TH. One of them uses your voice, this, that, these, those. And the second one usually is with more descriptive words like Thursday, theater, with. These words use air. Thursday, theater, with. So I hope that this quick guide will help you with TH. Let's see what other questions we have from all around the world. Oh, we have a lot of questions about words that sound similar. Let's start with some words that are using a CH. We haven't really practiced much with a clear CH. I'm going to use a new piece of paper here. All right. We have a question from Estella. Estella says, I also find it interesting how these two words are pronounced. Chores and choir. Let's make this a sentence. The choir. A choir. What's a choir? A choir is just a group of people who are singing together. So when I was in high school, one of my classes was a singing class, and each year we sang in a choir performance. So we were a choir, I was part of the choir, and we sang songs. A group of people, usually a pretty big group, who sing together. So let's say the choir does some chores. And chores, it's like doing the dishes, doing the laundry, cleaning your house, things that everyone loves to do, right? Probably not. So we have two CH sounds here. K, choir. This is like a KW sound. Can you say this sentence with me? The choir. The choir does some, this is a pure CH, chores, chores. Let's read it all together. I want you to say it with me. Are you ready? The choir does some chores. And I'm sorry to say that in English, sometimes there's not a specific rule about how to pronounce a specific sound. CH, it could be qu, it could be ch, or in our previous example, it can be k, hierarchical. So my best recommendation is to listen to a lot of English, listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks, watch videos like this, and really train your ear, because if you hear this word pronounced correctly each time, you're not going to mispronounce it because you've never heard it another way. So I really recommend listening to as much as you can. That's going to help to train your ears with any difficult words. Let's see what kind of other wonderful sentences we have here. We have people who are practicing hierarchical overgeneralization with us. And practicing the L. Excellent. Excellent. Nina has a question. Can you help me pronounce ED sounds at the end of verbs? And I want to say, because this is a huge question, how to pronounce watered, skied, wanted, because this ED ending is quite varied, I have a full video dedicated just to this sound. So my recommendation after this live lesson finishes is to go to my YouTube channel and watch the video about ED. There's a playlist called the Fearless Fluency Club, and you can watch this ED pronunciation video, or type in the search bar ED, and that will help you to find it quickly. I hope that helps. We have a good question with W. Let's talk about W. We haven't talked about that yet. World, word, work, and I'm going to add one more, worm. Let's see, how can we put all these words together in a sentence? Oh, it's going to be a good challenge for me too. Nice challenge in the morning. I love it. In this world, even worms need words. This is a crazy sentence, but it's okay. To work. Okay, and the reason why I'm putting it in a sentence is to help you see how it naturally flows with other words, because sometimes if we have a word by itself, it sounds differently when it's linked with other words. So let's see this crazy sentence that I wrote. This world, in this world, nowadays, that's what this expression means. Nowadays, in this world, even worms. This is a little bug, or kind of like a little snake that lives under the ground. Even worms need words to work. So poor worms, they have to learn language to work nowadays. Life is hard for them. Just a crazy sentence, but let's practice these and see if there are any similarities. So I'm going to say this sentence, and I want you to write which words sound the same to you, because some of these sounds are the same. So I want you to write which ones are the same. Are you ready? I'm going to read this, and I want you to think. Is it world, worms, words, or work? In this world, even worms need words to work. World, worms, words, work. Oh, which ones sound the same to you? World. This is the earth. Here's a lovely picture of the earth, the world. In this world, worms need words to work. I have some good news. These are all using the same W plus a vowel plus R. Were. It kind of sounds like were. They were hungry. They were hungry. World, words, work, worms. We're saying were plus another sound at the end. LD, D, M, K. Work, word, world. So because we have an L, it sounds like maybe it's different, but that first part is the same. So we're gonna add were plus a final part. That's a beautiful question. And with the W, make sure that your lips are like this. Ooh, ooh, kind of like a kissy face. World, words, worms, work. You got it. Great, great practice. I hope that you're saying this at the same time as me. We have some other questions. I'm going to answer maybe one more question before we go. And if you didn't have your question answered today, please write it in the chat box or write it in the comments so that I can make another video like this to help you, because there's tons of words that are complicated. And my recommendation is break it down. Break it into specific sections like this. Listen for similarities. Slow it down to look at someone's mouth. Lucy, really. That way that you can really imitate what someone's saying. I agree. Juan says English is crazy, but I love it. Yes, you got it. You got it. And we have a good question from Bahadir says, how can we do this automatically? Because I'm not always going to be there. If you have a conversation with a British friend and you want to say something, but you don't know exactly how to say it, you can't just pick up your phone and say, Vanessa, how do I say this? Help me. I wish I could be there in that way, but because there's not speed dial for me or for an English teacher to help you, I recommend listening to a lot of English and doing exactly what we're doing today, shadowing practice. I'm saying something and you're repeating directly after me. That's training your muscles and helping you to see exactly where it's difficult for you. Because maybe when I say a word, you think, oh, I understand it. I know that word. And then when you try to say it, you feel like, oh, it is difficult. And that's what I want. I want you to be able to decide which sounds are the most challenging for you so that you can learn to really correct and imitate important pronunciation. Let's see, do we have any final questions before we go? Oh, I think I saw one about a T. This is something that we talk about a lot in the Fearless Fluency Club because American speakers love to use this a lot. So the T in the middle of the word, let's practice a crazy sentence. Haters want better. Sweaters. So a hater is someone who hates stuff, doesn't like stuff. Better. Sweater. This is a sweater. It's the kind of warm clothes that you wear in the winter. Right now, it's not too cold. Actually, this afternoon, it's supposed to be like 20 degrees. It's going to be a spring day in the middle of February. I love it. But let's talk about this sentence anyway. In American English, this is American English. So make sure that we know that there's a difference. What do you think? What happens to this T sound? I'm going to read this sentence and tell me the T is going to change and become another sound. What do you think it's going to become? Haters want better sweaters. Haters want better sweaters. They hate other sweaters. They want better sweaters. Exactly. Paulo, Juan, Pafik, you've got it. It changes to a D sound. And American English speakers love to do this. There's one big rule that we can remember for this. We have a vowel and a vowel. Vowel, T, vowel. Vowel, T, vowel. Vowel, T, vowel. Oh, great. A vowel is A, E, I, O, U. So a lot of these words, like the word I just used, a lot of. This is linking here. Vowel, T, vowel. It's not even the same word. It's two words. Lot of, d. It's going to become a D. And I think that in general, a lot of pronunciation is just trying to find the easiest way to say something. So in this situation, the T, haters, t, it takes a little more effort to make a T and have some air come out. So American English speakers want to be relaxed, maybe lazy. And we are going to change that into a D. So I want you to repeat this sentence after me. Repeat it out loud. Are you ready? Haters want better sweaters. Let's try to say it quickly. Haters want better sweaters. Haters want better sweaters. So my tongue is at the top of my mouth. Haters want better sweaters. I hope that this is useful to you, and I'm sure that you're going to hear it a lot. So if you're expecting to hear haters want better sweaters, in American English, you're not going to hear that. You're never going to hear that. So we need to make sure that we're listening for a T changing to a D, because improved pronunciation is also going to improve your listening skills a lot, because you're going to know what in the world are those characters in this TV show saying. You can hear exactly the sounds that they're saying because you know some of these tips for difficult words. So I hope that this pronunciation practice was useful to you. Would you like me to do another pronunciation practice like this again? If you would like a live practice, let me know in the comments and I'll try to organize one again. I really appreciate your feedback and your suggestions, because I have some ideas about challenging words, but you really know, because you're the one who's learning English right now. So you know the words that are challenging for you. So let me know if this would be useful for you again. And if you would like to continue learning English with me, you think, oh, this 30-minute live lesson is not enough. I need more English now. Well, I recommend watching some of the other lessons on my YouTube channel and also downloading my free ebook, 5 Steps to Becoming a Confident English Speaker. Today, you're practicing confidence because you're improving your pronunciation. When you feel confident, all of the other parts of English come together. Your vocabulary, good grammar, good pronunciation, good sentence structure. When you are confident, I can do it. Oh, if I make a mistake, it's okay. It's part of the process. When you feel confident, then you can become fluent. Then you can go to the next step in English. So I recommend reading this free ebook. It's helped thousands of English learners feel comfortable with the next step. So there's a link in the description below this video, or you can click on the screen at the end of this lesson to download it. And thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'll see you again the next time. Happy pronunciation. Keep exercising those muscles. Watch this lesson again and keep up the good work. Bye, everyone. See you later.